Today we have live at Creative Studio. We have a special guest by the name of Killah Mixx. Well, we're gonna ask the first question. Killah Mixx, where are you from?
Originally, I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and you know, it was like mostly a lot of incidents that was happening at the time, and my pops passed away. So at that time, my mother didn't want to live in New York no more. So after that, we moved to Jersey, and basically this is where we at right now.
Okay, what made you want to become a producer, in the music industry?
Man, my dream was I was always a Run DMC fan because I liked it, DMC, and he was a DJ at the time, you know. Back in the day, listen to that real hip hop, you know, when the pioneers first started, and it's just music was just always on my mind all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, even from then, like, you know, I got my first pair of Techniques when I was like, what, 14, 15 years old, and just watching all these other DJs doing like these parties at block parties and just seeing what the DJs would do with the turntables and everything, and it was crazy, and I'm like, damn, maybe I could do that one day. So that was like one of my biggest influence of doing music. So music was, like I could say, it was always in my blood, you know what I mean? So
okay, when you look out there in them others, the others that come in here for music, like, what do you look up to them for? Like, what do you expect from them?
Like, for...
As music industry, you've been raised up in the music industry, so you know more about music. So when they come in here, like, what do you expect from them?
Well, the artists?
Yeah.
I always look for creativity. I always look for that. First one thing you gotta always remember, any studio that you go to, you always gotta have that confidence, because if you don't believe in yourself and knowing what's your edge, it's just not made for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you can sing all you can, but if it's not in your heart, you can't produce. So I always look for people that can make those certain types of songs, that can write, that can sing, you know what I mean? Like, not just an overnight singer, you know, because sometimes an artist, when you work with them, they don't know what they have until you really start getting in the process of working with them. So that's what basically I always look for. And once you hear it too, you'll know.
Okay, the name Young Killah Mixx, how did you come up with it?
Actually, I had so many names back in the day. They used to call me Mel Nice. I didn't like that. It was kind of cheesy. And then I had Killer Cuts, but I like the Killah Mixx because it brings a lot more to. I think it kind of describes me a little more, because when you say killer, it's not that I'm killing somebody. It's basically, it's just an idea of like what I bring to the music. Every time when you hear a production by Killah, you know I'm killing these tracks. When you hear the mix, you know you're getting a good mix. You know you're getting, regardless if it's on the music side or on the production side. So when you put all those two together, it just gives you Killah Mixx.
Okay, from back where you starting from now, do you see yourself making a good improvement?
Yeah, every day, because every day is a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Challenge on how?
Like, regardless, at the end of the day, it's the business. Because I always tell a lot of these young artists that's upcoming, you could have all the talent in the world, and if you don't have the business, you don't know the aspect of the business, how you gonna make it? Because when you really do get into the industry, You don't know how you're going to deal with these labels, you know, and that's why half of them, when they come out, they get jerked. You know what I mean? Not having the right manager, not having the right lawyer. So sometimes it's best to know the business first before you get into anything.
Okay, I want you to compare yourself positively and negative, and from you're making music and beats to the other DJs out there who's making their stuff.
What's so different? Well, I can only talk about for myself. All the others that's here, they're already doing it. So the only thing I can do is just kind of look and see how they doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Because they came before me. I'm just trying to get into the game. You know what I mean? So, like, there's a lot of them out there. You know, you got DJ Khaled, which is doing very good for himself. You know, he's DJing and he's putting good product and he's putting good producers out. You know, you got DJ Who Kid that got very successful with 50 Cents, and now he's on Cyrus Radio. He's doing pretty good over there on Shady. So those guys, I kind of look up to them real good because they DJs as well, but at the same time they doing other ventures, and that's where I want to be.
How did you come up with the business name Creators?
Well, it's very simple. We always create. That's what we do. You know, and when you really listen to it, Creators, it's like we always want to put good music out. So that's where the name really came from, because we very creative. And it's not just the producers, it's even with the artists we work with under the label. So basically it just tells you everything. When you hear Creators Productions, you know you're going to get something different every time. It's not going to be the same thing all the time. It's going to be different.
From today, 15 years from now, where do you see yourself?
Successful and rich. Very successful, you know, and I got to put it for God, because God always still give me that privilege to keep going and never giving up. So that's the one thing that I want to be, is to able, and it's not even just being rich, it's able to put constantly good music out and putting hit music out. You know, able to work with everybody that you always that, well, basically I always want to dream of working with. So I just want to live a pretty good life and just enjoy what I do, and I'm happy about that.
Well, okay, we're gonna put a wrap on this. Thanks, nice meeting you.
All right.
Fresh Money, I did it again.